These latest headlines from ABC15 are sponsored by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorneys. One call, that's all.
Hi there, I'm Kaylee O'Kelly with your afternoon update from ABC15 Arizona. We do have some new developments to tell you about as we track teen violence in the Valley. A second lawsuit filed with Maricopa County by a second family of a teenage assault victim. The latest family says the victim was threatened and feared for his life after an attack in Mesa last year. So 9 people total are named in this, including teenagers and their parents in the new lawsuit. And this one alleges civil conspiracy, assault, and negligent supervision. Court documents say after the attack at a Mesa park back in May, the teen victim was threatened and harassed for longer than 6 months. The complaint says some of those threats mentioned Preston Lord's death, and the messages didn't stop until one of the alleged suspects was behind bars. And by the way, this is the same law firm that filed a similar lawsuit late last week, along with a notice of claim against the Chandler Unified School District and Gilbert Police in connection with a separate teen violence case. Well, we turn now to America Votes 2024. A new state law is now in place to make sure any potential recount won't disrupt this year's elections. But the legislation does more than change key election dates. It also makes changes that will impact voters, moving up the primary races other than the presidential contest to July 30th.
When the election moved up in the calendar, the deadline changed as well, which means it comes sooner than it was going to. So now if you're going to register your vote, you ought to, and you have a week or two less in the calendar to do that. So you ought to get on it.
So the new law also changes the language from 5 business days to 5 calendar days for election workers to contact a voter and cure or confirm a ballot. There are some key deadlines you need to keep in mind. As of today, you have 1 week to register for the March 19th presidential preference election. The deadline for that is February 20th before midnight. And the last day to register for the primary election, it's July 1st. Okay, do you drive a Kia? If you do, you need to check your mailbox. Nearly 80,000 recall notification letters have been sent out all over fire risk. And if you're driving one of these, our Let Joe Know team is sharing exactly what you need to know.
Recall alert. Right now, Kia is sending notifications to drivers who own a 2011 Kia Sorento because the engine could catch fire. According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, more than 79,000 vehicles are under recall, although Kia estimates only a small percentage have the issue. The Sorrentos recalled have a specific engine known as the Theta 2. The same engine Let Joe Know viewers Melissa and Dean reached out to us about after their Kias, a Sorrento and Soul, caught fire.
And the fire erupted underneath the hood.
He was able to pull over to the right shoulder and get the kids out safely, but it was engulfed in flames within minutes.
We shared Melissa and Dean's experiences last year. Kia investigated each of their incidents, finding the fires involved their engines. At the time of the fires, neither Melissa nor Dean's vehicle had an open recall. Kia has seen this before. Millions of vehicles have been recalled due to fire-related risks. The NHTSA has been investigating engine fires in Kias with a Theta 2 engine for years. And the Better Business Bureau has a national program arbitrating with Kia regarding the engines. To address the issues, Kia is offering recall remedies in 2 forms. First, drivers under recall need to go to a Kia dealer for an inspection. If anything seems off with the engine, it will be replaced. If the original engine seems all right, software to detect impending engine failures will be installed for free. For more specifics on the recall, go to abc15.com/letjoeknow. You'll also find links to check if your vehicle is under recall. For the Let Joe Know team, I'm Faye Fredericks.
Hi there, I'm Nohelani Graff with your most accurate forecast. The 70s are back in our valley forecast, and they're going to look to stick around and even get a little warmer by Thursday. We're warming to a high of 74 degrees with mostly sunny skies all week long. Our mornings are still going to start off chilly in the 40s and 50s across the valley. It'll take us until about noon to make it into the 60s, but today will be sunny and dry at that hour, so really pleasant conditions. And then we'll warm into the 70s with our high of 71 in that 4 o'clock hour, so our time there is short-lived, but we will make it there. 60s across most of southern Arizona, although Tucson does look to make it into the 70s, so does Yuma. Upper 60s through the lower Colorado River Valley. Still cool but dry in the central portion of the state with highs in the mid-50s, 40s along the rim and a few 50s in far northern Arizona. We'll stay in the 50s and even warm into the mid and upper 70s, I should say, here in the valley by the weekend, with a slight chance for rain as we head into next week and returning snow chances up north.
We do have another update for you tonight. Until then, you can get the latest news, weather, and traffic at abc15.com or by downloading our free ABC15 mobile app.
These latest headlines from ABC15 are sponsored by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorneys. One call, that's all.